The wife of Spain's prime minister is heading to trial on corruption charges, and that headline alone tells you just how turbulent things have gotten for Pedro Sánchez and his inner circle. Begoña Gómez, Spain's first lady, will stand trial after a judge in Madrid ruled on Saturday that there is enough evidence to proceed. The charges are serious: embezzlement, corruption, misappropriation of funds, and influence peddling. The core allegation is that she used her position to help certain companies she had personal and professional ties to, win public contracts. The investigation has been going on since 2024, when a self-described anti-graft group filed a complaint directly with the court. That's actually how the Spanish justice system works. A plaintiff can go straight to a judge, who then leads the investigation and decides whether to move forward. And in this case, Judge Juan Carlos Peinado decided to move forward, issuing an 84-page ruling and ordering Gómez to surrender her passport and check in with the court every 15 days. A trial date has not yet been set. The judge's language was pointed. He wrote that behaviors like these, quote, seem more characteristic of absolutist regimes, thankfully long forgotten in our country. That's a sharp statement directed at the highest levels of the Spanish government. Gómez has denied all of the accusations. She's been charged alongside a businessman named Juan Carlos Barabis Consul, who the court says benefited from her actions, and her assistant Cristina Alvarez is also under investigation for allegedly acting as an intermediary. Prime Minister Sánchez has pushed back hard throughout this entire process. He's called the legal pressure against his wife a, quote, operation of harassment and demolition by his political enemies. When the investigation first kicked off, he publicly flirted with resigning but held on, framing it as a fight against a politically motivated smear campaign. The ruling landed at a moment when Sánchez is already under significant pressure at home. Last month, police raided the headquarters of his own Socialist Party. That came after large conservative demonstrations calling for his resignation. And the legal troubles aren't limited to his wife. Just last month, Sánchez's brother went on trial over allegations he received a patronage job. And a little more than a week before that, José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero, a former Spanish prime minister and Sánchez ally, was placed under formal investigation over accusations that he pocketed kickbacks of up to $2.4 million for helping persuade the government to bail out a struggling airline. The political fallout from Saturday's ruling came fast. A senior cabinet minister called it, quote, a disastrous day for those of us who believe in justice. Meanwhile, the opposition pounced. The general secretary of the Popular Party called for early elections and took a jab at the ruling party, saying it seemed like, if you don't have a member of your family indicted, it seems like you're nobody. One of the groups that originally brought the case celebrated online, calling the judge's decision a great example of justice that, quote, does not yield. Sánchez remains in power for now, but with corruption investigations touching his wife, his brother, and a close political ally all within the span of weeks, the pressure on Spain's prime minister has rarely been greater. That's the story. Stay tuned for more.